All right, guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Just wanted to do another quick video for you guys. Talk about some of the posts over on my Telegram based on what Forex was talking about inside of the Animal Farm chat. Also, we'll switch it up in this video. We'll reply to some YouTube comments right here. This should be fun. And give you my thoughts on some of the things that are, I guess, are on the minds of the marketplace. And then we'll take a look at the price of drip. We'll take a look at piggy bank again. So, we'll kind of jump around a little bit. I'll try to do this video pretty quick, but try to hit certain key points. That being said, before I get started, I do want to remind you that everything I talk about on my channel is for entertainment purposes only. I'm certainly not giving you any type of financial advice. You should do your own research, do your own due diligence. I want to be very, very clear that all of this stuff is high risk. So if you don't have the temperament for that, if you don't have the tolerance for high risk platforms, then don't get into any of these things. Okay, only if you have the tolerance for high risk, and even with that, you should only be putting in risk capital. Then you should be all right. Okay. Also, as I've said many, 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 many times before, okay, your initial goal. Again, I'm not giving you advice. Do what you want to do. It's your funds. I'm just kind of giving you some insight on what I do or my thought process is my initial goal is to get my initial deposit out. That way it's only profits that I'm playing with, right? Anyway, we'll talk about that on another video. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's go over some of these Telegram posts. Okay, so again, if you're in our Telegram, you've probably seen this already. If you're not in our Telegram, go ahead and get the link down below. Follow us on Telegram. Also subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. So this is basically Forex. He was chatting up in the Animal Farm chat. I know how crazy that chat can get. Very typical of other Telegram chats, not just Animal Farm, right? You can get, there's a lot of people in there. Some of them are disgruntled. Some of them are not happy. Some of them, and again, that's just the nature of the beast. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It just is what it is. So if you're trying to scroll through there looking for Forex's, comments, it can get pretty, hairy. Obviously, you can just use a search button, of course. But I just took some of it and put it in my Telegram just to kind of make it a little bit easier for you. So we'll go over this, then we'll go over some YouTube comments. But here he talks about the thing to keep in mind, or I guess people were, hounding him, saying, "Hey, why does this have to happen, et cetera, et cetera." And he said the thing to keep in mind is we could have just kept everything business as usual and everything would have continued to function. But we want to ensure that it is sustainable and will not be drained by bots, and also that it's fair to smaller users. The project will be a lot stronger for this. He went on to say, we are working on it right now. We will be done ASAP. Then he put here days. Now, I don't know what days. I mean, obviously, I don't know how many days it's going to take. I'm thinking maybe like a week or so, maybe even 2 weeks. I don't know, right? But I don't think it's going to be done tomorrow or the day after that. It's going to take a little bit of time. He did post again saying that he might have, a faster solution. But again, he didn't mention what that was. So again, they're doing what they're doing behind the scenes. How is this going to turn out, by the way? Some of you guys are asking me, how is this going to turn? I don't know. I mean, the only person who knows is Forex, right? He's the owner of the platform. He can kind of pull the strings behind the scenes. I'm just an affiliate, just like everybody else. I'm kind of, if you have funds stuck on the Animal Farm, guess what? So do I, right? I mean, I have quite a bit outside of dogs and pigs, right? Because we have quite a bit of dogs and pigs, several $100,000 worth of it. Outside of that, just in the drip BUSD pool, I have like $10,000 worth of LP tokens in there. I have $40,000 worth of ETH in the ETH single token staking pools. Just right there, that's $50,000 outside of dogs and pigs. So I'm kind of just waiting, just like y'all, right? I don't have any inside information either, but there's really nothing I can do about it. So rather than kind of stare at my screen and get myself worked up, I just kind of put it on the back burner, look at other things, get work on some of the other platforms that I'm in, because really there's nothing I can really do about it. And this goes back to only put in what you can afford to lose, guys. Okay, one of the reasons why I'm able to maintain an even keel through this and stuff like this, number one, I've been through kind of this many times before. But I only put in what I can afford to lose. Then when I do that, my initial goal is to pull out my initial deposit. So it's only profits that I'm playing with. And then doing that will help you maintain an even keel, right? Some of you guys are putting stuff into these platforms that you shouldn't be putting into it. I mean, that's why you get, you know, you get worked. And I get it. I understand. But man, don't put stuff into these platforms that you cannot afford to lose. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that. Going off on a tangent. He says here, there's so many projects that get hacked, bugged, drained. We will not be one ever. Yesterday, we came up with a full game plan that will work. Today, we will execute. And then this is just my little commentary saying, hey, I don't know how long it's going to be. It might take a week, maybe a little more. I don't know. All I know is that the more people are hounding him in the Telegram, or the more people are messaging him, the more that takes time away from him actually implementing the solution. So I haven't reached out to him. Not that I have any pull or influence anyways, but I'm just going to let them do their thing. In the meanwhile, the garden's working, faucet's working. And other platforms that I'm in are working. I'm actually testing a few other platforms behind the scenes as well. So I'm kind of playing around with that. Real quick, drip sitting at around $60 and change. So it's kind of been floating around $60 and change now for, I don't know, a couple of days. We'll see if this is the new floor. I don't know. Some of you guys give me way more credit. You think I have way more, pull than I actually do. I'm kind of at the whim of this as well. Some of you guys are saying, don't sell your bag. I'm uh, I don't want the price to go down just like y'all. Okay. I'm in the same boat as some of you guys, okay, or most of you guys. So I'm kind of just waiting to see how this plays out. In the meanwhile, things are working. The farm, there was issues going on with the farm. Let them handle it. Do I wish that the farm launched better? Do I wish that there was no issues? Of course. But me complaining about it, right, and flooding my own bags is not going to help the issue, right? Some of you guys you have this habit of flooding your own bags, and then you get mad that things don't work out. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying it's like, come on, you're not helping with the situation, right? So anyway, let's go over some of these comments. This should be interesting. This is not in any particular order of when these came in. I don't know. This one here says, can't wait for the new, this was my video yesterday, right? Can't wait for the new drip UI. It looks very modern and definitely attract new investors. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's good that, I think a UI is good, but I don't think that's the answer for new investors, right? Or new users. Because if that was the case, then, a UI is all they would need. They wouldn't need, content creators and YouTubers and promoters and adverts and things of that nature. It'll help, but we'll see what happens. I don't know if that's the answer to get new investors. I think what's the answer is to get new users, right? Probably a better word is for people to, talk to people that they know, share their link, etc., etc. This person here said, blacklist the botters and don't migrate their pigs, dogs into V2. Export the botter's liquidity into new V2 tokens. Yeah, I don't know. Guess so. Guess that's what they're going to try to do. This person here says, we don't have to do anything. Because in the video, I said, hey, there's nothing we have to do on our end. They got to do it on their end. There's not going to be another launch or another pre-sale or anything like that. We just got to sit back and let them do their thing, and everything will be handled on their end. So this person said, we don't have to do anything because he is legit stealing the money. I don't know. I mean, the only person who can answer that is Forex, right? I can't say yes. I can't say no. Who knows? Who knows, right? But it's we'll have to wait and see. This person says, how can I be eligible for an airdrop? Is there a deposit amount I need? I've used your buddy address since you introduced me. So if you notice how I've done my airdrops in the past, I've pretty much stuck to kind of the same formula, even though I'm kind of, trying to switch it up a little bit. But for people that have deposits like 100 drip, those people I've done a ton of airdrops for, right? So I know some of you guys are going to say, well, 100 drip at this price is a lot. A lot of those people got in at 100 drip when drip was at 20 bucks, 30 bucks, right? And then they've kind of rode the wave of the price increasing, and now they're sitting on, a nice amount, I guess. I also do airdrops for people who have, like, let's say 25 drip deposited, but they've referred 5 people. So people that have less deposits, but they're building a team, I've rewarded those people as well. I've also done, random, like for people who I've done lotteries, like lotto, like random airdrops, where it doesn't matter how much you put in. Like people have gotten airdrops that had 1, 2, 3 drip deposited. So again, the more you deposit, or if you're building a team, obviously you're going to get airdrops. If you're not building a team or you have smaller deposits, you can still qualify for the random airdrops. But there's really no set number where I say, hey, you need to have X amount. It's kind of just I'm trying to just sprinkle it as much as I can to different people. Of course, you have to have a net positive account. If you don't have a net positive account, then you're not going to get an airdrop regardless. But you do need to have a net positive account. This person said, I didn't understand why he created so-called animal farm, pig and dog. I think he should focus on drip or else everything will collapse. Yeah, I can see your point. Obviously, there's possibility of spreading yourself too thin. That's on one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is, people in crypto, they like to diversify anyway. They're going to get into, like, there was a point where people were getting into these miners, right, including myself. There's people that get into farms. There's people that like these staking platforms like X. So if they're going to get into these things anyway, why take funds away from the ecosystem when he can create these different platforms and have the funds stay within the ecosystem, so to speak. But yeah, I get it. I understand. Obviously you don't want to spread yourself too thin. I think this was a couple of other people commented on this one. I couldn't agree more. Forex is spreading himself too thin. Again, I can see your point. This person said more use case and a bigger ecosystem. It all helps drip. Once this is all smoothed out, we are marketing. No one will be complaining, right? This one here, yeah, but look at what happened to other projects that wanted to do an ecosystem like Pancake Bunny or AutoShark or Ethereum. They all suffered because they spread too thin. It wanted to do too many things. Hopefully this does not happen at Drip and Animal Farm. Hopefully we prevail after this is Drip, since Drip had bigger drops. Yeah, I mean, again, valid points. Everyone has valid points here. Obviously there's the potential of spreading yourself too thin. We'll see what happens. Only time will tell. This person here says wrecked. Possibly, but that's, nobody put a gun to my head, or if he's directing this to me, nobody put a gun to my head. I accept responsibility for my decisions. If I lose the Ethereum that I put into that single staking pool, or my BUSD tokens, or my dogs and pigs, it's it's what I signed up for. So, again, make stand by your decisions. Nobody's forced you to do anything. And obviously everybody's happy when there's gains, when things are going up. If you are willing to put yourself in a position to get those gains, you have to also put yourself in a position where you can take some losses. But we'll see. Like I said, only time will tell. We'll see if, they get this thing squared away. On my backup channel, this very same video, I think there was a couple of comments here as well. This person said, I think Forex overly complicated the design of Animal Farm, and he keeps adding more stuff to try to fix it, but it's getting more complicated and worse. Drip was so successful because it was simplistic in its design and for people to understand. Yeah, can't say I don't disagree, right? I mean, obviously that kind of piggybacks off of the last group of comments, right? I mean, you could spread yourself too thin. Forex should have stayed with just drip. We'll see. Obviously there's arguments on both sides, right? Yeah, I really don't. I don't have a guy. I'm not going to disagree with them, but I also can see where Forex is coming from, right? This person here said, "Thank you for the information. I like that drip will go for that professional look on their page. My problem is with the communication. Have a good PR team and better professional moderators on the Telegram." Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Obviously any project, whether it's drip or anything, should always have people should have a good experience in their Telegram. That being said, if there's people that are just trolling and I don't know what goes on there, because I'll be honest with you, I don't really go into the Telegram too much. Every now and then I'll pop in to see what's going on, but I try to stay out of Telegram. Right? As a matter of fact, I have an announcement channel for Telegram, but I don't really even have a chat myself, even though a lot of people have asked me for one, because I mean, I'm not saying that the Animal Farm chat or the drip chat is toxic. but I can see how Telegram channels can get toxic. So I can see how they can delete people or block people. I'm not saying that, if you have a legitimate question or anything like that, you probably shouldn't get banned or deleted or whatever, right? You should have your question answered, of course, right? Of course, I'm not saying that I'm not, I'm not saying that you should get banned for asking legitimate questions. But again, there are some trolls that just, and again, I don't know. I'm not in there enough to have an opinion on this. And I try to kind of stay away from the telegrams too much, unless I'm trying to get specific information, because again, it can get very negative at times. And again, it's not just the animal farmer drip. I'm in a lot of telegrams for crypto, or for some, network marketing telegrams, and it can get crazy in there. So again, I agree. Should have a good PR team. Should have good moderators on their telegram. I don't exactly know what's going on in the animal farm telegram, so don't have an opinion one way or the other. But yes, I agree with that. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. The only other question I think someone asked me was, am I compounding on piggy bank? No, I'm not. Only because I don't think we're supposed to, right? I think Forex said that we don't need to it's shut down right now, right? So I'm not compounding. I don't know. Is the compound button working? I don't know. Let me know. Post it underneath these comments. But as you can see here, I'm not compounding. Got about $1,800 on this stake, $1,300 on this stake, a little bit over $1,100 on this stake. My understanding was the compound button wasn't working, but not exactly sure. But other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. Kind of switched it up with the style of the content, replied to some comments. Hopefully you found that a little bit entertaining or of some value. But again, follow me on Telegram, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit the little bell icon. Guys, only put in risk capital, man. Things can go sideways in any platform. Crypto is the wild, wild west. And again, you should not be putting funds into these platforms that you can't risk, right? All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Do your own research, all that good stuff. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.